What's up guys, Nizo here, bringing you another Goldhorn unboxing special. This is my little birthday edition. It's a DSP16 Ultra, Goldhorn's flagship DSP. I've got my little one assisting me with opening it up and unboxing. I'm just going to quickly forward through to uncovering it. Okay, we've got the plastic open. When you open the box, it's quite heavy. Let's just see, what is this? Okay, it is a 16 channel unit, so that would be your 16 channels of high input. There's an antenna. I'm assuming it's a Bluetooth antenna because you can Bluetooth stream, and then the little plug should be that should be for your power earth remote in, remote out. That plugs into the DSP. I see there is a set of gloves. My little one will just put it on because you know that it's a serious piece of gear needing gloves. Okay, manual. Not really too phased on going on that. Features, that says 816, so doesn't look like that can possibly be for this. Oh, so if I look through that, it's a generic manual for all of the units, so you'd have to page through and until you get to, oh look at that, the 16 Ultra. So the 16 Ultra is a flagship, the flagship standalone DSP. Okay, now that my little one's got the gloves on, let's move on to the inside. This is actually really big. Look at that. This is much bigger than my previous one. Let me just get, so it is a pretty big unit. Let's just get it opened. It's actually surprisingly a lot larger than my current P2 DSP. One of the major factors of going with this DSP or upgrading to this was the DAC inside, the DAC chip. It's got a far superior DAC than the one I currently have, aside from the 16 channels. The 16 channels, just by the way, I don't really need that many channels. It's basically the hardware inside that I'm more concerned with. Let's just flip this around, and that's a pretty nifty looking DSP. Let's just pick this up. It's a big boy. All your RCA outputs, okay, from A to P. Yeah, would have been nice if they actually just labeled it 1, 2, 3 all the way. All the way to 16. So yeah, that's on the one side. Pretty cool looking. Thank you. Okay, there we have USB DAC. Your on-the-go phone on the go would connect in there. That's your Bluetooth antenna. PC connect. This, I noticed that in the box they give you a little controller. We'll get to that in a moment. I'm sure that plugs in. Those two plugs I showed you earlier goes in there. That's your power. This here depends on whether the turn on is going to be via the ignition or signal sensing. It's got an optical in, coax in, and then RCA inputs. Only 2 channels RCA, coaxial. So like if you're using a third-party device like a FIO or something, and you want to connect either via coaxial or optical, this is a modern day DSP for modern day processors and so forth. But yeah, all in all, that's pretty much an overall look at the device. It's really big. That's my hand size. I'll actually move it over into the car, and you can then have a look at the size there. And then, do you want to maybe just open that up for us, and then we can have a look at the controller. Let me just, okay, so there we've opened up the controller. Very basic, simple controller. I don't see any. Oh, there is a plug point where you can unplug it there, and then that would plug straight into the DSP. That's a connection just to make for easier installation. And the knob itself looks kinda solid, and yeah, very straightforward. I don't know what the display would look like once I fire it up. We'll check that, but as soon as I get around to installing it, I'll show you what that looks like. But for now, let's just actually take it over and place it in the install over the current P2, just to give you an idea of the size difference. Be back in a sec. So that's the current P2 DSP, Goldhorn P2, and that's the Ultra. So you can see it's quite a bit larger. It's actually not going to exactly fit here. There's slight size issues, but we'll have to rework it and see what we can do to get it in there. I also think it would look, the black DSP is going to look cooler. It's going to look cooler with the wide amplifiers, with the audio wave amplifiers. So I can see I'm a bit disappointed that I can see this is not going to be a quick switch in and out, but let's see what happens. Thanks for watching.